Hey, how's it going? I hope you guys are good. Can I have a comms and audio check, please? That'd be good. A 5x5, if you will. That would really help move things along. It's been a bit of a time because we've had to do tests and all sorts, but we're hoping it's good. I'm not sure why my signal is coming in really poo, but we'll see. Thank you, everybody. I hope that's all good. You can't see me? No. Oh, everyone's saying 5x5. What's all that about? Ah, I can't see the screen. You can? Yeah, I'll just put it back. I don't know why, because I've got the... I don't know why. Right. Can you see me now? Yeah. Right. Sorry about that, everyone. 50p in a meter. Tim, you're funny. What are you like? I wish it was that simple, mate. Right. Whilst we're waiting for everyone to join on board, people are saying it's very blurry and it's glitchy. Right. Okay. Right. Give it about 1 minute and then we'll see. What happens when you start talking the truth? And I'm not making it up. Right. Okay. It's got to... Right, good. It looks like it's fixed. Is that okay? Right, awesome. So if you guys can see me out there in YouTube or internet land, that'd be awesome. Sorry about this. Do you know what? If you've got intuition, sometimes you feel like this is an attack. I don't care if you think I'm crazy, but when you put that alongside with loads of other things, what's been happening, it wouldn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me anymore. Look at what happened in 2020. After that was pulled, anything's possible. And like I always say, just because it hasn't happened to you personally doesn't mean to say it won't happen to you or anyone else. It's just how it is. So, YouTube Fukery. Yes. So we're getting a 5x5, Cornish Bob and everyone else. I appreciate that. That's really good. So, okay. It looks like we're okay. Sorry about this. Wow. Yeah, there's been all sorts of attacks on the channel. The latest one is I can't reply to anyone's comments. It's crazy. I don't know why. The amount of times that people would leave a comment under my video, go to reply, and I type it all in and send it, and it just vanishes. It's just not there, which is crazy. I've had people saying they can't hit the thumbs up. I've had some people say when they've typed a comment in, they can't find it anymore. Sometimes when they come back, it's gone. It's happening to me as well. It's definitely not me doing it. No, I'm all for free speech. You can say what I like. It's fine. If you want to make yourself look silly, go for it. We could all see how silly you are. That's fine. But everyone's got the right to say what they want. So it's definitely not me deleting comments. I can't even comment myself. Not only that, people who are subscribed have now become unsubscribed. This is real. I'm not making this up. I'm not a drama king. It's happening. It really is happening. Richard Vobes has been banned for a whole week on a 3-month probation. And if he carries on mucking around and all the rest of it, they're going to wipe his whole YouTube channel completely. So the stuff that we talk about is definitely not what the mainstream wants the general population to hear. So we are being silenced. The amount of time my videos get taken down, I've stopped counting now, because do you know why? Every video that I upload to YouTube, whether it's a live stream or a video or a short, doesn't matter, it automatically gets demonetized now. I can't earn any money from YouTube videos with advertising. I have to appeal every time. Sometimes they win, I win, and I get okay. And most of the time they don't. So anyone who's been donating behind the scenes, you don't know how much it's helping. Earlier on, I've had someone called Terry Thank you very much, Terry, if you're watching, for that drop just before we went live. It really helps. And yeah, it's quite worrying because if I'm to continue doing this, I don't know where I'm going to find all of the money to do everything else because they are silencing me. My views are down. People aren't getting notified. I'm not bitching. I'm not moaning. I'm telling you how it is. This is the truth. This is what we are learning to be called censorship. Okay? Mis and disinformation, just like the World Economic Forum said in Davos in January this year. And it's starting. I'm not making this up. It's starting. The amount of times that all of a sudden my internet signal goes really glitchy just before or during, never used to, but it is now. They control a lot, don't they? So all that being set aside, we have to welcome, I wrote it down, 462 new subscribers and 24 new members in the last week. That's really cool, really refreshing. So you guys, thanks for finding me, and I hope you like to stick around. And if you want to, you can subscribe, hit the notification on all notifications. It's really important. Even if you do and you don't get notified, there we go. There's another one. I'm not joking. How many of you don't get notified from my videos? I'm not joking. I could literally do a live stream just on these people, the viewers, are saying. I'm not making it up. I am not making it up. The amount of times people say, you're full of it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not. I'm not making it up. It's true. Right. Other people saying their internet's gone funny as well. Do you know what I did? I did get a comment I saw off of my community post and saying that they can't comment in any of my videos, nor can, I think, 2 of his kids' other channels. They can't either. So my channel is being shadow banned 100%. And yeah, I'm already got a warning. And that's lifted on the 20th of August or 28th of August, something like that. So, yeah, I've got to be really careful because if I'm not, boom, my mouth's gone on it. I have to go to my backup channel, and that's got not even 1,000 subscribers. So, yeah, that's the state of play. Anyway, it's the truth. It's not bitching. It's how it is. I am going to be doing a newsletter on Monday explaining lots of stuff that's been going on and to highlight this plight. So... Right, okay, let me just get into this. We need to check what the current threat levels are across the UK. This is from MI5 Security Service. The 2 highlighted here are substantial and severe. One of them was severe, it's dropped down, and they are both saying substantial now. So the current national threat level is an attack is likely, okay? But this is not what this live stream is about. Okay, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. We got 852 people in the chat right now. If you can all hit the thumbs up, all of you, I'd really appreciate it. Someone said there's only 290 thumbs up. Wow. Do we believe the numbers have been fudged? I can prove that they are, actually. Yeah, it's crazy. It really is crazy. So whilst we're waiting for more people to come in, we're going to really get into the nitty gritty real soon. So bear with me. If you're impatient, you don't want to hang around, bye. I don't mind. Fine. There is it. Okay. Going into the chat right now. Where are you guys watching from? Let's have a little look-see. I tickled the like button. No sleep for 32 hours. Tim, what are you doing? Let me see. I'm just waiting. We've got... Right. Whoa. You guys. We got Lone Wolf over in Florida. Hope it's not too windy. That was crazy. I smell BS. I like it. Weird going on in Essex. We got Rebecca over in Canada. Nacho Man Randy Sandwich. Is that cool, honey? That's awesome. I've got to love these titles. You guys, if you're a bit bored with your real name, you don't have to use your real name. In fact, I openly encourage all of you to change your YouTube username to any name other than your real name. I wouldn't ever put my real name out there. It's crazy. But, you know, think of something funny. Think of something awesome. Be creative. So we have got BRT is over in West Wales. Stevens down in Taunton. Awesome. Terence. All right, mate. He's over in Canada. We got Ginger 67 Airship up in Scotland. John, hello, John. Good to see you again, mate. That's he's over in Leeds, obviously. Michael is over in Yorkshire. Mary and Powys in Wales. Who have we got here? Hey, good to see you, man. It's Ashley. Ashley's in the house. He's in Northampton, and he's an errant too. And absolutely right, you should add errant. Good to see you, mate. Who have we got here? We got Shane. All right, Sam. He's down in Portsmouth. I spent most of my time in North End down there. Long time ago. Good to see you, Shane. Who have we got? Who have we got? We got Karen over in Northern Ireland. Pilgrim. Good to see you there, Jay. He's in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Dave. Forget Dave. Dave's far out. Liz. God bless you. Good to see you again, Liz, over in cold Liverpool. Yeah, it's not very warm, is it? So, who else have we got? Ian is in West Wales as well. Awesome. We got Life as it is in Denmark. Well, this is good to see people all over the place. Really, really awesome. And we got Oak, Ash, Fawn from Exmoor. Good to see you. Brilliant. So what we'll do then is we'll come out of the chat. Sorry if I didn't read your name. Don't worry. Don't get out your pram, etc. It's all good because we got some stuff to talk about. And it's all about the 27th of July. Not far away. Not far away. Stuff that we need to keep an eye on now. All right. So let me see. Just getting everything set up. I've got some woo-woo stuff, which makes it all sound a bit crazy. It's all about a bit deep divey. I might leave that to later on. So we are going to talk about this, and I'm not scared. We got over 1,000 people, 1,006. Right. This is what happens when you lose the fear. You don't give a shit. This stuff needs to be put out there. So it's exactly what we're going to do. Right. The 27th of July. I'm pretty sure that all of you are watching now know what is going to be happening on the 27th of July. So let's see the opposing views. This disgusting, hideous organization all out on the 27th of July to protest against Tommy Robinson. Look at this. Anti-racists must oppose Nazi Tommy Robinson when he marches on the streets of London. Wow. Stand up to racism. Yeah, we've already talked about this organization, and we have. Lots of you guys who have watched my stuff for a long time remember watching all the live streams where I exposed all of these companies. Look at this. Tommy Robinson has to be wiped off the streets on the 27th of July. Nazi Robinson is planning his second march in 2 months. His mobilization, wow, that's a strong word, in June was 5,000 strong. Lots of people would say it was more than that. Anti-Muslim, anti-migrant hate march. Really? He plans to build on this and get more racist and fascist bigots spewing their patriotic bile. Honestly, this is unbelievable how these people are allowed to just get away with saying all of this stuff. I'm all for free stuff, but this is absolutely inciting trouble. It absolutely is. Look, stand up to racism. There we go. has called a counter-protest to show the resistance to Robinson. Wayne Bennett, co-coordinator of, says on the 27th of July, we need everyone to join us in London to destroy Robinson. He keeps coming back. How many more times do we have to give him a kicking? Can you believe what we're looking at here? I'm not making this up. This is just unbelievable. Rishi Sunak and Suella Braverman open the door to these racists. It's not a racist at all. They let Robinson march. Let him march. Wow. But we destroyed his English Defence League before. Really? The danger of these fascist and far-right forces combining. Look at this. Free Palestine. Smash capitalism. This is making me feel sick reading this stuff, because I'm pretty sure this doesn't reflect the majority of people who live and work in the United Kingdom. Absolutely not. The problem in Britain isn't people arriving on boats. Really? Isn't people arriving on boats? It's those arriving on private jets. Okay, there isn't lack of wealth, rich, blah, 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 blah. Robinson's latest attempt to build a movement is partly a reaction to the Palestine movement, although his central thrust is his usual Islamophobia and hatred of migrants. The pro-Palestine marches have shown the strength to send Robinson's thugs off for good. So honestly, we could just go on and on, getting seriously wound up by these idiots. Help fund the resistance. Really, they're getting people to donate towards this disgusting, horrible, evil network of thugs, pretty much. And like I say, this isn't the voice of the true people of this country. It's not. This is 100% an attack. So, what else is going on the 27th of July? It's not just that. So, shall we have a look-see? Exactly the same date, around the same time, look what's happening in London. Can you believe it? Trans and Pride March. Look at that. Between 11 and 12:30 in London. Part of the Pride and London alphabet people. Unbelievable. So yes, absolutely. They reckon the event's going to last an hour and a half. Unbelievable. So yeah, loads of that ridiculous nonsense is going on as well. What else is being said? Look at this. Stand up to racism. Model Motion Summer. Unite against fascist Tommy Robinson. Okay. This was written on the 1st of July. It was already noted about the 27th of July. How was that out there? Anyway, is calling on his far-right racist and Nazi thug supporters to take over central London. Gee whiz. Oh, honestly, the amount of disinformation is just unbelievable. You can't believe, actually, what you're reading with what's coming on. Robinson has called for even bigger numbers to take to the streets on the 27th of July. I know. It's crazy. But not only that, there's other stuff going on as well. Look at this. The same date. UK protest scheduled near the US Embassy in London on the 27th of July. All on the same day. A Free Iran protest. So you bet your bottom dollar that there's going to be lots of these pro-Palestinian people joining with this protest. Okay. Individuals in London are advised to monitor the situation, avoid all protest and demonstration, anticipate a heightened security presence. I'm going to highlight that because that brings me on to something seriously important that was told to me only a few days ago. Heightened security presence. Okay, so we have that going on at the same time. Now, for obvious reasons, I can't disclose too much information about this that was said to me a few days ago. All I can say is that over 7,000 police have been taking part over a 2 to 3 week period in public order training, riot police training, if you will, level 1 and level 2. Some of you police who are watching know what I'm talking about. Yes, over 7,000. And they plan to maybe double this with military police. So why would all of a sudden, 2 or 3 or a month or so before an event and a march like this, which has all of the ingredients to become a frigging powder keg, big time. Yes, over 7,000 police have just completed training in riot control, public order, if you will. You add that into all of the stuff that's coming on, and it's very crazy, very crazy. So let me show. Right, okay. But who remembers the videos that I was talking about some time back about the dates? What have we got? We've been talking about this. Friday, the 26th of July. So that is the day before, is the opening ceremony for the Paris Olympics. Yes, the opening ceremony is literally the day before. This time frame between the 26th and the 11th of August is going to see lots of issues. Lots of issues. We are talking about civil unrest issues. We've had Jason, an expert chronologist, already talked about this with me 6 months ago, maybe longer now, that time frame during the Paris Olympics, we are going to see chaos on the streets. Let's see. One of the weird things, if I can find it, is this. We're going to take you to a strange place now, so bear with me. This is pretty bonkers when you start connecting the dots. If I can find it. Right. We have here, this is from Vogue magazine, okay? Not that long ago now. Thomas Jolly is masterminding for most complex Olympics opening ceremony of all time. Of all time. And it is. We've spoke a little bit. Here is the guy looking rather happy in the water, playing with ducks. Strange, but there we have it. It's the most ambitious Olympic opening ceremony in history. I can't begin to tell you the stuff which is going to be literally put all over the screens around the world on literally the day before this march happens. The day before. Right, let me just close that. But what about other strange things that have been happening as well? Who knew about this? Another French landmark up in flames exactly a month after the last one. Has anyone been seeing this in France? Look at that. If you want to symbolize the beginning of the end, the fall of Christianity, with symbology, the Paris Olympics, the symbols that are going to be shown is going to be astonishing. We have already been seeing a huge influx of let me see, where is it? Of these fighting age only male migrants into not just the UK, but all over the West. Now we are seeing these weird fires going on in these prominent French landmarks, all to do with Christianity. I'm not making this up. So we look into a little bit about the guy who's been chosen, yes, chosen, to run everything there is about the Paris Olympics opening ceremony. We're going to talk about it. We got 1,435 in the chat. That's awesome. Please share the video if you can. It really helps, because this could be banned like 3 others that I've had. So it'd be good to get people in here before it finishes. Right. We're going to look at the guy. There he is. Thomas Jolly. Look at this. Not God. Showing on his t-shirt here. Starmania. We're going to look about that in a sec. But when you look at some of the weird, dark stuff that this guy's into, it's not very good at all. I'm not making this up. I'm really not making this up. We have some dark, sinister stuff with this guy. So you can find this account, Thomas Jolly, spelt with a weird way. But what is interesting is, you heard that a picture paints 1,000 words. Well, Instagram is very good because it's visual based, and I want to share with you our findings today. So we're going to look at this guy, bearing in mind, almost looks like a pyramid and a circle there. Why is this guy chosen? What is he all about? Yeah, great. A jester. Very, very sinister. Very sinister. In fact, this stuff gets weirder and weirder and weirder. You can look there in the background. We see Baphomet right there. This guy is doing the Olympic Games opening ceremony. If you want to see something that looks really evil, have a look at that face there. A crown of shards. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Most of you probably don't. We haven't got time to get into deep stuff, but we're just glossing over all of these things which literally culminate together. Yes. Would you trust this guy babysitting your children? I certainly would not. Absolutely. And there he is again. Literally taking part. Shouting at light from the dark. Totally symbolic. Yes, I know. So the imagery that we're just glancing over, we're not going crazy. This is the sort of stuff that we are going to be expecting during the opening ceremony. Look at this. One eye illuminated and one not. There is not much, but there is talks about links to Freemasonry as well. Yeah, nothing to see here. No problem. Look at this. And this is quite freaky. Wow. An after party. Who knows what goes on behind the curtains during these ritualistic after parties? A man with makeup? Really? With one eye pointing to it. We are being shown riddles, boys and girls, and we're going to be seeing lots of riddles. Look at this. Look how goofed up this is. It almost looks like taking the mickey out of the Last Supper. Oh, look, a fallen angel, perhaps. Jester in Harlequin mode. Wowee. So, yep, expect this sort of stuff to be shown at the Paris Olympics, literally one day before the march on the 27th of July, where Tommy Robinson and lots of people who want our country back will be gathering en masse. I'm not joking. You can go to this guy's Instagram account and you can see all this for yourself. There's some more in-depth analysis with these weird things that this guy is getting into. So we're going to stop sharing that. It goes deep. It goes deep. Now, one of his associates, and believe me, there's many, is this guy here, Kevin Jermanger. Look, can you believe this? Beyond honored to be the cultural leader with the World Economic Forum. This, I think, is the guy's partner or close associate. Yes. Look at these big, strong, healthy men. Wow. They look really strong, don't they? So, yes, a cultural leader who likes seeing men portrayed as very, very weak, very effeminate as well, which obviously this goes deeper as well. 100% testosterone is under attack. Men, especially young men, are being estronized, if that's the term. So yeah, we can just literally look through all of this pride, BS, nonsense. It's just, oh, I just can't do it no more. It's just a joke. It's an absolute joke. And when we said the links about the Star Mania, you'll look at some of this stuff. This guy's bigging this up wholesale. Look. Ah, they're not allowed. There it is. The pyramid with the all-seeing eye inside, illuminated, shaded. Very interesting. And once again, the all-seeing eye. The hidden hand with light over one eye. I'm not making this up. I haven't photoshopped any of these images. In fact, if you want to go and check it out yourself on Instagram, just go into Starmania. It's official. It's got the notification, sorry, the verified tick. And here we are. Absolute ties to Freemasonry. And they do some really dark, evil stuff. Like I say, I am not making this up. But do you know what one of the weirdest things which is happening about the Olympic Games? It's the first time ever in its history that it is being done on water. And what does water do? Water may be explored as a symbol of rebirth, cleansing, washing, drinking, playing, rebirth. Very, very interesting. Are we going to see the very first shots being fired across the bow with the West being a predominantly Christian religion turned into an Islamic religion? Are we going to be seeing the start of that being symbolized a day before this big protest march in Trafalgar Square in London? In fact, it's going to be huge. The amount of people looking around on social media, it's like so many people are going to London on that day. And don't forget, we've got counter protests. When we bear in mind what we already know about the 7,000 plus police who have been riot trained and brought up to speed. That could be doubled by military police. We are going to be seeing a setup. We said about the one which happened on the 1st, and luckily there was arrest, but it was minimal. And thank God nothing lascivious happened. It was generally good, but this is different. There's no way that that date was chosen randomly at all. Not a chance. There are far too many coincidences pointing to that date and what it symbolizes. Don't forget, we've already talked about the eclipse as well. Every time we see an eclipse, it's always a foretelling of bad things to happen. 100%. And Jason and Bashir's and myself done a bit of a deep dive into this, and he said the amount of things with attacks with knives happening in and around the time of the Paris Olympics is crazy. And there's already people that I know, personal friends, are moving out of the city for a few weeks to stay with loved ones out in the countryside. It's that crazy. Well, thank you for that, Bobby T. Appreciate the help for the channel. You should start live streaming on x.com at the same time. You'll reach more people. Well, I've got 1,300, I think, followers on X. Maybe it's worth a try. I might see if I can figure it out. But yeah, thanks, Bobby. I appreciate that. Really appreciate that. It's cool. I can't pronounce this, but this is from Yucca Roll Roll. Yucca Rock Roll. Thank you for that help on PayPal. Appreciate that. So yeah, what do we think? So we're going to go into the live chat right now. I want to know you guys, what are your thoughts about this? Are you going to be expecting it to kick off? Does this feel like a setup? And the amount of growth behind Tommy Robinson recently is off the charts. Is off the charts. Jordan Peterson, I believe, my partner made me aware of earlier about an interview with Tommy Robinson. And we have the Jeff Banks, I think his name is. Jeff Taylor, I think it is. He's done a huge video with an interview with him. It's had only 200,000 views. Peterson's got millions of followers on YouTube. This is spreading. This is growing. And we already know about Tasui as well. Been following this. We've had Katie Hopkins as well talking about this. And it basically boils down to this. The mainstream media, with all of its tentacles at its disposal, are doing everything they can to counter all of the things which once made this country great. That's the truth. Britain is under attack. You have to be blind not to see it. Even in the music now, the music is changing. You know, sometimes when I shut my eyes and I'm in the middle of a high street and I can hear cars going past with music, I feel like I'm in Islamabad or something. It's not the same. You could literally sit down and have people walk past you, shut your eyes, and you won't hear many English or Welsh or whatever voices. They're speaking in their own native tongue. I believe, now listen, I'm not racist at all. Well, I'm absolutely not. And in fact, when you look at these migrants that are coming over here, they're not a particular race. So you can't be racist about someone who's not from any particular kind of race at all. And even Islam is not even a religion. So you can't even be anti-religious about that. It's just fundamentally bullshit. All of it is. The problem is, oh, that's interesting. I've just seen that. A full moon in the next 8.6 days. Interesting. It's not far off, is it? Yep. Well done for that. It is. It's all relevant. And I know some of you guys aren't up to speed, and it's fine. It's not a problem at all. With alternative areas with these sorts of studies and research, which do absolutely link together. And I think it will be naive, blinkered vision and foolhardy to discount those paths of inquiry. Absolutely. Because you're not getting the whole picture. It just sounds like a bunch of coincidences. But when you start seeing all of these things stack up to the same time frame, There is a lot coming down on that day, a lot. It's entirely up to you if you want to go. If you want to go there without fear and represent your country, etc., no one's going to stop you. In fact, freedom of speech should be defended at all costs, because we've all seen in history in other countries what happens when people's freedom of speech gets silenced. Trust me, it's a slippery slope and it ain't a good thing. It's absolutely not a good thing. Just going into the chat right now. It's really good because we've got so many people's intellects represented in the chat. Full moon on the 21st of July. We just had a new one not long ago. But no, I believe lots of that spellcast and stuff was done during the eclipse. 100%. Lunar ticks. Boiling frog. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I just don't like it. Just don't like it at all. We've got this. Funkton, thank you for that super chat. I really appreciate it. I think it's a setup and it's going to fall flat. I'm not sure what going to fall flat is. What do you mean? Not many people's going to turn up? Nothing's going to happen? The awake are non-compliant and peaceful. Absolutely. And we're not falling for these setups. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Because I'm going to come out of chat because I can't concentrate. It's just too crazy. When you boil away the piss, basically, with what's going on here, you know, what are the changes that we're seeing? We're seeing all of our town centres falling apart. We've seen inflation go skyrocket high. We've seen people lose their jobs. People haven't been getting pay rises. Everything, not just food, fuel, everything is going up. Car insurance doubled. The bottom line is it's getting harder and harder and harder to have a decent standard of living. In my opinion, every person in the UK should have a decent standard of living. Everyone, whether they're on benefits, whether they're disabled, it doesn't matter. Everyone is entitled to a decent standard of living. Now, the thing is, the majority of people who are born in this country, have been here for a long, long time, have fed into the system, have supported it. What are we seeing with what's been happening? Over 2 million fighting age only male migrants into the UK over the last 5 years. And not one of them is working. Let that sink in. They are all being given money from our government, given money for free. They are getting free housing. And not only that, they are getting free maintenance for housing too. So any single thing that goes wrong in a house with these fighting age only male migrants are living in, it gets replaced immediately. Let that sink in. What about all of the hotels? I call them processing centres. So these boats come over, and yes, the boats are coming over. The boats are coming over crazily. In fact, it's got so out of control now, no one really knows the true extent of how many of these migrants are over here. And this is a common misconception. Refugees welcome. Really, these people are not refugees. Refugees are someone leaving an area of danger, usually with family. What we are seeing is not that at all. Absolutely not. And look at this. These pro-Palestinian idiots who want more and more over here. Why? Because they want to turn the United Kingdom into an Islamic state. Pure and simple. It's already been foretold by Nostradamus in the 1500s. Already. This is happening. This is real. This isn't made up. Absolutely. What about this comment which I snapped some time ago? I printed out the Deagle documents before they removed them, and indeed it predicts the UK population down to 14 million people by next year, and it's very likely to be true. Wow. So what good is a prepper channel without talking about things like this? It's not a prepper channel. It's some bullshit channel. We need to get prepared for what's coming, and it's down to us what we're going to do, because let me tell you this, the amount of police out there are not enough. Already the police force in the UK is outnumbered already right now with these fighting age only male migrants, already outnumbered. There's been speculation of talk of weapons being cached in mosques all over the UK. Whether it's true or not, who really knows? Who really knows? Nonetheless, these points are being pointed out there. And when we look at what's going on, not just all of this, when you look historically, whenever there's been big change, revolution, it's usually off the back of people are getting pissed off with continual rises in tax across the board. How many taxes can you name? How many? There are lots. It's not just income tax and car tax and fuel tax and spirit, alcohol tax, or whatever it is. There's everywhere. People are getting fundamentally pissed off with being taxed to the hilt during a recession. I think this is a recession right now. Maybe even bordering depression, especially when you look at the crap that they're spraying in the skies, making our summer turn into a shit show, pretty much. But to top all that, we've got this bollocks here. Yes, I'm going to say bollocks because it is. These very small amount, marginal of people, mostly with mental health issues, have been given a massively powerful voice, all by design. These people, and I don't even want to guess at what gender they think or what they actually are, but they get a whole month to celebrate. A whole month. I'm a military veteran. Some of you are watching are veterans as well. We get 2 minutes silence a year. Is that fair? Does this pride, woke, BS, alphabet people, retards get that? It's absolutely not fair. 100% not fair. The problem is that lots of veterans are struggling to comprehend how deep this shit goes. I would like to guess that most of you know or have heard about the WEF, the World Economic Forum. Okay? God save the king and all of that. Well, I'm really sorry to break it to you, but the king is just following orders. These two guys are both following orders. They belong to a big club, and we are not in that big club. But what I can tell you is this: all of the time that this organization is allowed to continue, the worse it gets for all of us. We already know how evil the guy is on the left, especially if he was in Helmand or Iraq or Afghanistan. You know that that guy on the left is guilty of war crimes, 100%. Both of these guys are Fabian members. If you want to look at that video that I've done, on the thumbnail it says God help us all. Watch that. And I expose these two of the sinister secret organization behind the scenes which are making all of these changes happen. And there he is, our current Prime Minister, a World Economic Forum member. Yep, that's what we're up against. So when you look at whether you love him or hate him or whatever it is. What Tommy Robinson's trying to do is trying to unify the country, because it's been too long that the average Joe in the UK is being made to feel ashamed of that flag. You won't get that flag from me. Not a chance. Not a chance. But they're trying to make it. Who's heard about, what was it, taxi drivers in London? Sadiq Khan, during the Euros, not allowed to fly the England flag or the Union Jack, I think it was. How dare he? Who the hell does this person think he is, really? C40 cities. Indeed, we've already talked about Sadiq Khan. He is also a member of the Fabian Society, exactly as the guys I just mentioned there. 100%. Are you beginning to get the picture yet? Because all of the times that these organizations continue to be empowered and to grow, the worse it is for us. Like I said, what Tommy Robinson, brave man, is trying to do is trying to get as many different background representative people who love this flag, who love this country, who are proud of this country and its history and its heritage, to allow it to grow and continue, rather than pour black paint over it all and destroy it. It's being done by design. And I'm sorry if you're new to this information and it's upsetting. Of course, it is upsetting. But we have to look at the bigger picture, because on the 27th of July, this could trigger civil unrest. Now, we all remember back in 2011, the London riots, how quickly that took off. So when you ponder upon what I presented earlier about all of these marches happening on exactly the same day in Greater Central London, it's a recipe for disaster. Because let me tell you this, there will be pockets of hate mobs, renter mobs, if you will. They are going to infiltrate, and they're going to dress up just like a patriot would. They might be wearing Ben Sherman polo tops. They might have all of their head shaved off. They might have a Union Jack over their shoulders. Who knows where they're coming from? They are just going to mingle inside. They're probably going to have a few drinks, and they're probably going to start a fight with someone. It's going to kick off. The police will come in heavy-handed, and it's just going to be a nightmare. I only hope that it doesn't happen. I was so grateful to find that hardly any arrest or any problems happened on the 1st. This is different. Why is it different? All of the points that I mentioned earlier is a massive coincidence that it's all happening on that exact same day. I really do think that they want to get as many people involved as possible and just let it kick off. Why would 7,000 plus police officers being trained in riot order only a few weeks back? Why? There's no way that you would allow so many police officers to complete and take part in all of that level of training only to do nothing with it. Something's brewing, and this could be the first of a series of events where things do start to kick off. So if you do live, especially in London, just be careful, especially on that day. Other cities around the UK, all the way through the Olympics. Now, if you want a little reminder about the Olympics, here we have it. Okay, Friday the 26th to the 11th again of August. Okay, so you're looking at around about 16 days, I think it is. Just be very, very careful. Very careful. There are so many things theorized and discussed about the importance of this Olympics. It's the first Olympics ever to have an opening ceremony on water, not inside the stadium. The first time ever. And there's a reason why it's being done on water. Very, very interesting. Now, I can't tell you the global reach of people who are going to be watching that open ceremony live. But let me tell you this, if you want to, watch it with a very curious eye. Remember what I spoke about earlier, about pyramids and eyes and symbols and doom and death, etc. Keep a lookout for symbols like minarets on top of mosques. Keep an eye out for all of these weird things in the background. Who remembers the London Olympics of 2012 when we saw all of the Nightingale Hospital, we saw Boris Johnson, we saw that idiot, that Russell Brand on a bus driving the troopers around and round and round, misguiding them all over the place. So if any of you guys who really like Russell Brand and really like respect him, you're being fooled. Just like all of the guys and girls in America who love President Trump. Being fooled. It's a hard one to swallow, I get it. Because let me tell you this, no one's coming. It's not. It's just down to us. It's down to us to do the correct thing. Prepare accordingly. Because at the end of the day, when you pick up that phone and you ring 911 or 999, you think they really are going to get there on time and help when all this stuff starts kicking off? I don't think so. So just be alert, because the symbology that's going to be exposed during that opening ceremony is going to be mammoth. It's going to be huge. Just go into the chat. Oh my God. Eddie. Eddie, I love you. That's Will Hay, one of my heroes. We got to talk. Russell Brand, yeah, I know. Good to see you, buddy. Everyone say hi to Ed. He's been following me since day one back in 2012. Great to see you, mate. Will Hay, who knew? Awesome. Nice one, Ed. But this is the thing. People of the UK, we want our country back. It's been literally been screwed over for a long time now. Like I said, look at all of the affordable housing. Look at the poor quality. Look at all of the foreigners. And as soon as I say foreigners, you're going to get these idiots like Hope Not Hate and all of this stand up to racism bullshit. Okay, it's all bullshit. Absolute lunacy to the 8th degree. Crazy. I'm not a racist at all. Absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with wanting your country to have some degree of nationalism. Look at what's going on in Japan. Did you know that only 1% of the entire population of Japan are foreigners? 1%. How many foreigners, percentage of the UK are here right now? How many do you think? Do you think it's a bit more than 1%? Bet your bottom dollar to a barn dancer is, because it's true. And this is the problem. We should be able to walk our streets without fear of stuff happening to our daughters and kids, etc. We should. But the fact is, we're not. Why is that? Because some bunch of heinous arseholes has said, do you know what? Let's import lots of third world, really evil, nasty migrants into a country which has had wars, people have fought and died, our generations way back, to make sure that this country doesn't get invaded. Well, guess what? It's the evil bastards with suits who answer to people above who we will never see. They have literally opened the gates and let them all in. What we are seeing is a Trojan horse, 100%. And if you really think that there's nothing wrong with these millions now of these male fighting age over here, do you think that's normal? Do you think that's correct? Do you think that's truthful of what the mainstream bullshit media is saying? Do you know what? One thing about mainstream media now, they are losing followers daily. Why? Because finally the message is getting out. People are waking up to this stuff. People have had it with BBC, Sky News and all that crap. They have had it. Why? Because it's obvious now. In fact, I know, you know, there are some people who still swallow and believe all this bullshit. And when we see this protest march on the 27th, you are going to see all of the opposing sides turn up to spoil the party. If that wasn't the case, I strongly believe that this protest would go ahead without a glitch. It'd be fine. It's the counter protesters that are going to turn it from a peaceful march into an absolute nightmare. Why would you think 7,000 plus police officers have just been trained in riot control? Why would they spend all of that time, money, and resources in doing that if they didn't have a heads up of what's coming down the pipe? Just be very careful. Run to the woods. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No, Mike. No. I've got plans. And yeah, it is a long way. Sharon Ray. Yeah, I follow him. I sub to him. I think he's got to be careful as well. Along with Katie Hopkins, I think another one. They're all going for it. All of these people who are standing up, speaking against what is changing, are being penalised. Even myself, my videos, they're not getting monetized. In fact, I'll bet you any money when this live stream finishes and it gets put out there, no money coming from advertising, because all I get from YouTube is advertisers don't want to associate their products with the views that you are displaying. And I mean, what? Really? What happened to freedom of speech? Wow. Really? Am I inciting anything? No. Am I being racist? No. Am I being violent? No. Yet penalized. Wow. Really? Crazy. Just checking the chat now. Someone's put, you underestimate Trump. No, I think you've fallen for his deceitfulness. He just does as he's told. You know, there's pictures of Trump and Putin and all the rest of it, all wearing the same gowns, in blue gowns. Yeah, it's a shame. Owen, very good point. Very good point. Wait till these migrants are employed to fight. Yeah, you. And remember, they will have weapons. Exactly. Exactly. I mentioned this on a live stream over a year ago now, that guess what? These migrants that come over here, they've got a right to vote. Who has heard of that Islamic party having the same seats as Reform? Yeah. Who do you think these migrants are going to vote for? Can you see where this is going? A long time ago, my dad said to me, one day you're going to see a black flag over Downing Street. That put the fear of God into me. If they are successful and that happens, that we have an Islamic party in 10 Downing Street, forget walking your dog, forget bacon sandwiches, etc. Wow. So what's going to happen? You've got to be crazy not to see this movement growing. It's crazy. And it's high time that people started speaking out. There's been so many people across the UK who have been threatened or made to feel bad, because if you say anything at all in any direction, what's going to happen? You are going to be labeled a racist. Wow. A racist, fascist, Nazi, right wing? Are you serious? All we want is a decent standard of living. And all we want, if people want to migrate into this country, if they want to help support the country, fine. If they want to come over here and turn it into an Islamic state, they are absolutely not welcome. But guess what? They are being made to feel welcome. That's the problem. And it's growing every single day. These boats are coming over, planes are coming over, lorries are coming over, everywhere. And this march is basically saying, do you know what? We don't want this. This isn't our country. We, the people, are going to meet and walk. And there's going to be all sorts of talks and demos and videos being screened. Apparently, they've got 3 of the biggest screens money can buy in the UK. It's going to be huge. The 27th of July is going to be historic. So let me just bring it down. Wow, interesting. John, thanks for that input, sir. Charles III converted many decades ago in Cairo. Interesting. The Home Guard. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. From Outback to Lizard Point, the aisles will be free. Yes. Get in. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for the support. Seriously, appreciate that. Wow. Matt, it's going to get messy. Yeah, I believe it will. I don't want it to. That's the last thing I want. The last thing I want is the people just to go up on a peaceful protest and it all goes batshit crazy pretty quick. Ash, no, wrong. He still is. Ian Briggs, Satan worship. Yeah, 100%. It's not the Star of David, it's the Star of Saturn. Don't forget. Oh man, there's lots. There's lots to look at. Hell of a lot. Right. Mm-hmm. Interesting. You guys keep it up with the comments because the more people that we have, we got 1,500 in here right now. Okay, so appreciate all of your help, the moderators. Okay, because it's hard work. Now, just take it easy, guys. And yeah, we've already talked about the Olympics and all of this stuff. When I had Jason Brashears of Archaics on air, and I went onto his channel, done that a few times now. And yeah, it is the 33rd Olympiad, and it's the first to be held on water. I'm not joking. You can't make this stuff up. So big shout out to Danny if you're watching, mate. The DJ Danny Rampling on here not that long ago, and we're going to be doing another video over the next 6 weeks. So stay tuned for that if you want to hear more about myself and Danny talking the stuff that we're talking about now, all of the changes, etc. We need more people like Danny Rampling to speak out. People with big followings. We need to get this message out. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. We've also got the guys in London having it bad with the UDES cameras. It's just the people have spoken. People have had enough, and they are literally just doing the right thing. And I believe this is the right thing. Why should people be taxed and charged and fined for all of this fake planet warming nonsense which they are creating and making us pay for it? It's absolutely wrong on every level, 100%. So, wow. Interesting. Do you know, I even done a thing that I'd run for PM during the elections. This is for you newbies.
If this funky guy gets to be prime minister, it's fucked for us. I mean, the whole thing is super fucked for us all at the very top.
It would be if I get in. Shit you not. John Baldwin, thank you for that, sir. Appreciate that. Every penny counts. And also, do you know what? If you can share this video, everyone, WhatsApp and Facebook really help, because, like I said earlier on, being shadow banned is a real thing. You know, my videos just don't get out there. So if you can share it, it does really help. The Home Guard. Hey, we've got a new member in the house. Welcome to the fun family. Really appreciate your support there, Home Guard, all the way from Australia in the outback. Right, awesome. I don't like this. Mate, your mods are shadow banning me. I don't think so. If you're out of order, if you're rude, if you're disrespectful, fair enough. But no one is removing anyone's comments. You won't believe the amount of foolery that's going on in YouTube. No, it's crazy what's going on. Yeah, they have. As soon as they got British citizenship, they have a right to vote. Go and look into it. I did. Shocking, but it's true. Funky's Army, Eddie. What are you like? Don't, Ed. Don't start me off, mate. 1,400. Yeah, whack me some questions, guys, if you want. I'm just going through. There's tons of people in there. There we go. The algorithm edits certain keywords in the chat. That's fact. Well said, Jay. It's true. You know, you guys in the chat, especially if you're new, you have to be smart. You have to be savvy. Think of strong words which you think YouTube does not like, and spell them in a different way so we can all understand what you're saying. It's just using the brain, all right? I don't mean that in a bad way, but unfortunately, these are the times that we live in, and we need to do things like that to convey our message. Now, like I keep saying in my videos, one of the main reasons why I do these videos, because we are trying to record social commentary here. These are genuine thoughts and feelings of the people watching the videos that I make. And it's very interesting for all of you to speak from the heart and be honest and speak your truth as much as you want. Put it out there, because when people watch these videos and the replay after they've gone live, I always enable chat replay so people can watch the chat when people watch the replay. So, and also, if you are watching this in a replay and you've missed it live, really appreciate you coming along. If you can hit the thumbs up and share it on WhatsApp and Facebook, at least that really helps. It goes a long way, because yeah, the shadow ban's real. I'm not making it up. It's real. Okay, we need to do whatever we can to get these videos out there. And yes, make sure that you comment underneath the video in the comment section. Just say whatever you want, how it's making you feel seeing the UK falling apart. And it is falling apart. And if you think it's not, you need to take your blinkers off and look around. It's going down. It's a slow burn, as I've been calling it. Every now and again, you have this slow burn, which is going on for decades and decades and decades. Every now and again, you have a spike, a flashpoint. 27th of July will be one of those flashpoints. Okay. What we don't want to do is to fuel it. If anyone is going, I just want people to be respectful. Okay. And be very careful. I am not making this up. John. Yeah. apparently, yeah, don't be posting anything like that sort of stuff online for at least a month, because those evil people in Downing Street at the moment, they are going to make it that it's naughty if you have something like that. So yeah, well said, John. It's true. 1414. It's good. I'm reading through the chat, and do you know what? There's a lot of people who's awakening. That's really good. Really good to see, actually. I'll share your thoughts, Dean. Yeah, it's not nice, mate, for the youngsters. It's really not. And you know, this is another thing which we need to bear in mind. You know, and that's a very good point. Do you know what? If I can find it, I'm going to highlight it. Dean, yeah, I was just reading through the chat, and I'll pull this one out. So thanks for putting your thoughts and feelings, Dean. I appreciate that, mate. Yes, for our kids and grandkids. That's translated. For any of you guys overseas, yeah, because when your kids or grandkids, when they're of an older age, say, I don't know, 12 years old upwards or whatever, when they look at you in the eye and say, Dad or Granddad, during the 2020s, so between 2020 and 2030, so what was you doing when all that mad change was happening? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? Are you gonna look him in the eye and say, too scared, couldn't do anything, it was crazy, people getting sent to prison, we had to be quiet? Do you think your kid or grandkid's going to respect you for acting in that manner? I believe that we should all do something. Whatever that something is, it's all down to us as individuals. We are creators at the end of the day. We can create anything when we put our minds to it. Nothing's off limits, really. The only thing that's stopping us is us. And if we want to do something, we be creative and we do something, whatever that is. Now, I'm not inciting anything. I'm just giving people hope and giving people strength that they can come up with ideas to do something which will make it better for everyone else, especially our kids and grandkids. Because I'll tell you this as a stone cold certainty, if you do nothing at all, if you don't share any posts on social media, you don't put flyers or stickers, or you don't go to marches, you don't do nothing at all, by default, you're part of the problem. And that sounds really bad. But when you boil away the piss, that's the God's honest truth. If you just sit back and do nothing and bad things happen, you've got yourself to blame. Because did you do your bit? Did you do something? Anything? Even if you just went to one protest. The one I went to at the farmers' protest, it's a great turnout despite the rain. We need to do something. We can't just sit on our asses. And like I say, I reckon a lot of people are going to be figuring out a plan to get to London that day. I think it's going to be huge, massive. And who remembers in the 2020 when we used to watch on YouTube live at the protest in London, anti-lockdown and stuff? Do you remember that, when there was tens or hundreds of thousands of people going to these massive protests and there wasn't one bit anywhere on the news? Do you remember that? Absolutely. This sort of stuff needs to be shared. So if you do go on a protest, absolutely, you know, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Be very, very careful. I hope that nothing happens. I really do. I don't want anything bad to go wrong, not at all. You know, because there's going to be good people going there. And the last thing you want is to see bad things happen to good people. We want good people. We want a good outcome. We want a big, massive representation on that day. Wholesale. Oh, thank you for that. That's Tina. Appreciate it. Funky, do you, Mayor, Tommy, etc., have a plan should your streams get banned to keep in contact with us all? That's a good question. Yes, I have got. If you look at my underneath all of my videos in the show more description box, you tap it on your finger where it says more, and it opens up loads of stuff. Right at the very bottom is my backup YouTube account. Okay, I've already got like 1,000 subscribers, called Funky Talks. I'll set this up about a year ago, just in case something happened to this one. I am also on Odyssey. Every single time I upload a video to YouTube, it automatically goes on Odyssey. I'm on Rumble, I'm on BitChute, I'm on Twitter or X, and I'm on Instagram. All of the links for all of those platforms are underneath this video, just underneath where the merchandise information is. There's t-shirts, mugs, hats, all that stuff on there. So yes, there is a plan, and we will continue, because some of my friends on here who have been following me from a long time ago will understand when I say this. My motto is there's always a way. Let that sink in. There's always a way. No matter how bad things look, no matter how bad things get, there's always a way. There's always an option. There's always a way around things. You've always got a choice. Despite how much these evil bastards try to do, we still got a choice. And you know what? I've done a video, and you might be able to find it if it's not been banned. I have 3 been taken down now. If you go into YouTube and type in Funky Prepper, all in one word, space, start saying no. Start saying no. You watch that video, it's only 10 minutes or whatever it is. And it's had big views as well. Lots of people like that video. But this is where we need to be. If there's anything which doesn't feel right, it's not good, it's bad. Okay? No matter what, you have to find the strength inside you to say no. I'm not being part of this. I'm not taking part. I don't want to. I'm not doing it. The more people start saying no, the bigger the change is going to be that's going to benefit the majority, the multitude, us lot, us at the bottom of the pyramid. That's the problem. Do you know why the UK is in the state it's in? It's because too many people have been saying yes. That's the problem. People just say yes to anything. We want 10,000 traffic wardens. Yeah, I'll do it. Wow. Thanks. You're really showing the general public how much of a suck up you are, how much you're prepared to sink, how low you're prepared to go just for that coin. These people are not our friends, people. They are not our friends. Anything that feels bad or wrong, you don't like, it's called your intuition, your gut instinct, God, Jesus, whatever it is you want to call it inside, that has that feeling. We have to trust that. We have to follow that no matter what anyone says. If it feels wrong, to say no. No, I'm not doing it. Simple as that. The more people start doing that, trust me, the better things will become. And don't forget, there are always going to be more of us than there is of them. And do you know what scares them at the top of the pyramid? And I'm talking about the people that we don't know. Okay, all of the people like Schwab, the King, Bill Gates, all of these people, right? Trust me, they are puppets. They are just doing their job. Believe it or not. They give it all of the Billy Big Bollocks, and I've got all of this money and all these yachts and blah, blah, blah. Wow, really? You're not happy now, are you? There's people like us, you, me. We haven't got a pot to piss in. We're happy. It's all about out there. These people haven't got that. All they care about is control, greed, power, and money. That's it. They don't give a jack shit about you or me. That's a fact. So when all of us, the overwhelming majority, who are piss poor in comparison to those at the top, I mean right at the top, the people that we don't know, when all of us, everyone come together, it's over for them. It's over. And do you know why this long played out war? Because we are at war. If you think we're not at war, you're mad. Wars aren't like they used to be. No, that's old school. That's old hat. We don't have battlefields and bullets anymore. No, you can literally take over a country without one bullet being fired. And it's happening. The West has been taken over, in case you missed it. Welcome to the party, pal. Here it is. It's a fact. The thing is, what's making it hard is because everyone has been divided, segregated. Look at the division in humanity now. Look at all the labels. Even like the online version is hashtags. Look at the hashtags of things which are dividing people. Black, white, yellow, whatever. Doesn't matter what colour your skin is. It's irrelevant because everyone can get cut and the blood's always the same colour. It doesn't matter what skin colour you are. It's fine. It doesn't matter if you're thin, fat, tall, short, old, young. It doesn't matter. Everyone has the same stuff inside them. Everyone's the same. When we all come together and we realize that it doesn't matter who they look like, it doesn't matter what they believe in or all the rest of it. When everyone come together and then we just say, do you know what? We are sick. We are absolutely tired of being ground into the floor like flour over thousands of years. Yeah, believe it or not, this plan has been going on for well over 2,000 years. Yeah, been going on for a long, long time. And the batons of power have been handed over through generations all through that time. Same shit, different day. Whether you believe in it or not, I don't care. You can believe whatever you like. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm telling you what I know. And what I know is this plan isn't far from its fruition. And guess what their goal date to having this plan all done, signed, sealed, and delivered? 2030. Even the UN, the United Nations, have already publicly documented Agenda 2030 and Agenda 2050. Yeah. Zero carbon. Wow. That's going to be good for us all, isn't it? I know. Crazy. Crazy what's going on. And let me tell you this. Without carbon, how bad things are going to be. Even these water filters, which are currently 10% off at the moment, they've got a carbon filter in there. Carbon purifies water. It removes lots of stuff. You start taking carbon away, got to be very careful. You can make carbon, of course. You just burn wood and let it cool down. You got charcoal. Another little tip is if you get like you're having a bonfire or something like that, and you've got loads of wood, and it's like it's black and it's just coaled up. If you get that coal and you plunge it into cold water, it's a chemical reaction. It puts billions of tiny little air holes inside. What you've got there is called activated charcoal. That can be taken internally, medicinally, to remove heavy metals. Also, you can use these to remove heavy metals from sky water and tap water. Fluoride removes it all. 10% off of these. Look underneath. And also preppers, don't worry, we've got these. They store for 10 years. Long-term shelf life, okay? The filters in there, they will keep going and going and going. That offer of 10%, that runs out, I think, at the end of August. So if you haven't already got some, start looking into them. Right. Okay. Right, you guys who have donated and stuff really help it. Really appreciate it, because like I say, when you get shadow banned on this, it's really hard. Okay, I'm not joking. You just don't earn half as much as what you should do. It's difficult. So you guys who have supported the channel, become members, etc., helping out below. There's all sorts of stuff at the moment with these cool new torches. I've done a live stream this morning on these. There's currently off, and there's another 10% off and 40 to 50% off of other stuff. So there's Olight torches and the Lifesaver jerry can water stuff underneath. Now's the time to get them before they go back up to full price and you're going to miss out. So if you're not prepping, best time to start was yesterday. So everyone who's supported the channel, I seriously appreciate it. All of the moderators, including my lovely darling partner, thank you, honey, has been supporting the channel, and we're working tirelessly to try and keep the idiots off of the chat, because this community is awesome and we have no room for retards in here. If you're retarded, go and play with someone else. This isn't for you. So I appreciate all of your help. It's awesome. Have yourself an awesome weekend. Seriously good. And stay out of trouble. And keep one eye on the 27th. We will be doing more live streams leading up to that time. Because, mark my words, things are going to change from now to then. And we will be pointing that out. So stay up to date. Consider subscribing to the channel. Hitting all of the notification bells. And whatever you do, don't forget, 8 o'clock every Friday, there's always a live stream. So if you don't get notified, at least remember, 8 p.m. Friday, right here, we're talking about the real stuff that really matters to us British people with our Union Jack. Right, you guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay funky.